Okay, so I want to say something and make something extremely clear, especially for some of you guys that, watched a video of mine that got all these views and stuff. It's cold in Chicago, so that's why I look like an Eskimo, which I love that look. Um, a woman being empowered and in her body comes from a place where they know who they are. And it's not about, showing your body off and being like looking for attention or anything like that. At least an empowered woman. When I make videos about my body and body positivity, it's a place of I love my body because I love my soul. It has nothing to do with the physical body, because as you get more into spirituality and you start studying the physical body and the chakras and all that stuff, I'm going to take this off. You understand that your physical body is just the vessel for your spirit. And so some of you guys on here, this is not a judgmental thing that I'm saying. I do post about my body because I love my body. I love my body, but I love the fact that I'm an empowered woman. And a lot of women are not empowered. A lot of women are not empowered. And me taking pictures of myself and sitting and talking to people with a sexy dress on is not for me to arouse you and to turn you on, because I have partnership. I have a partner, and the reason why he's my partner is because we are aroused on a deeper level. But I also know that there are many men that would love the perspective of a woman, and a woman who looks nice, who dresses up, who's very confident and very talkative, and who just knows her shit. And I want to clarify this because I'm a very talkative person. I'm very honest, as you guys can see already from my YouTube and different videos I've made. But a woman, clothes, for example, were made, and the only reason why bodies have been objectified is because of patriarchal values. And women were seen as objects instead of being seen as individuals that are equal to men. Yes, in their feminine essence or however they identify, but equality. And so if you see me posting something and the pictures I have, which I love those pictures because it makes me feel powerful, I don't need people's attention to be like, oh, look at these pictures and stuff like that. When you are insecure, you post pictures because your ego needs to be satisfied. But when you're secure, you post pictures because that makes you feel good. And a lot of men, specifically, I would say it's not all men, and I want to make it very clear that I'm not judging you guys or anything like that, but a lot of men are functioning from a place of objectification of women and not letting a woman be fully in her essence, with what she has on or what she doesn't have on. Because honestly, it's just a body. Like, yes, there are certain things that we all love about bodies physically and certain things that appeal to us for stimulation, but at the end of the day, it's just a body, people. And what makes a woman have a good body is a good personality. Because when you're confident, you walk into a room and your body looks great. You can have but think about this. You can have two women that have really amazing bodies, very similar bodies, maybe almost exactly the same and curves and all that stuff. But who do you really want to be with if you're an empowered person? You want to be with a woman who's confident, who's laughing, who's making herself feel good, who literally will talk to you about anything. That's how I became really good at dating, because I just don't now I've learned that when you're on dates, it's not about what you physically have all the time. It's about your mind. And that's why I enjoy wearing sexy outfits, because it makes me feel good. That's why I enjoy wearing pretty clothes. But if you really know me personally, I'm literally just in leggings and like this, because that's why I feel comfortable. But there are times, and I don't need to be all the way dressed up to feel great. This is a message for women and for men. So I made this Valentine's Day course. I'm coming out with this material because when you get comfortable in who you are, when you get really comfortable in who you are, and to all you men who objectify women, it's not necessarily your fault, because this has happened for many, many ages, but you have to make a choice of, well, what kind of objectification do I want to do? Is it negatively impacting women, and if we're all divine and connected, you're ultimately impacting yourself negatively. So what I'm saying never comes from a place of judgment, because I understand the history of how things have come to be, especially when it comes to women and men, and this is why I talk about the masculine and feminine energy. But I make these courses on dating and love and sex and all this different stuff because this is the healing power of the world. And for those of you that don't want to pay for services or whatever, that's fine. It's just an option. If you read everything, it's just an option. I'm not telling you to pay for anything. But people are more passionate and able to do things that help other people in relationships when they're getting paid, because if I'm working like 60 hours or whatever with my degree that I have, or with minimum wage, which I always make much more than minimum wage because of my degree, I'm tired and I can't dedicate my time to relationships and taking answers and even uploading YouTube videos and empowering other people. So, if you really think about it, you're helping someone to live, and you're helping people to educate for future generations when you're paying them. It's not just about, oh, well, this person's charging me to get my services. If you don't want to get the services, that's fine. But there are some people who would love to support and who can use the things, because money is just an exchange of value. So anyways, I want to make this video because some YouTubers, like, YouTube is not something I ever want to do. I mean, I love talking. I always wanted to be like Oprah and Shania Twain / Prince. I wanted to be a talker and then also go on stage and be dancing my bum off, but and making people in the crowd. I always want to bring people together. And the ways I've learned to bring people together is having people tap into their energies, having people be empowered. Like, I do this in all my classes, because when you're an empowered person, you're confident, you can deconstruct a lot of the things that have made you feel insecure. Because you don't come into this world insecure. You come to this world secure, a whole being. When you can deconstruct that stuff, you can wear the sexy outfits. You can just stop giving a fuck, because you know the essence of who you are, a sexual, attractive human. And so the courses that I make, the things I'm coming out with, are to help people to remember this, because you can't do stuff for free in this world. And also, there's so much content out there that I have that is going to be free. You know what I mean? So anyways, babes, especially those of you that have commented and said some weird shit, I honestly don't give a fuck. But I want to really say the reason why I don't give a fuck is because I'm an empowered woman and because I know who I am. So don't, just because I'm out here and wearing a dress or showing stuff like that, you're never going to see my naked body, because that's reserved for my partner. I'm not against, you showing a woman showing her body off, but because I understand that the ego of many people is not healed, and there's this imbalance of energy, you're never going to see my body. You're never going to see my full body. I'm not going to show you my nipples or anything like that, or my vagina. You're not going to see any of that shit. Why? But I don't mind showing you my abs and my body, because we're visual creatures and it is just a body. And it empowers women to feel confident in their body. Like, so many women in my classes, my Zumba classes, do not feel confident in their bodies. And even when they're clothed, they don't feel confident because they feel like their body's ugly. And then you have people who make these comments about, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing this. And I'm like, women, when you know who you are, the essence of who you are, that you're a divine being, that shit doesn't bother you, because you just let it fly by. So I started my business and I put these videos up, and I'm rambling now and I charge because I know what I'm here to do. And a lot of people who make these comments, which is not a lot of people, and honestly, like, everyone that I've encountered on YouTube is actually very lovely. I haven't had any like vicious comments. I had more vicious comments on my, not vicious, but I had more comments on people who when they realized I left religion, they, start to say things and try to use Bible and scripture against me. I'm looking around because it's dark, and I'm like, I'm still street smart. I live in Chicago, okay? And it's not dangerous here, but I'm a street smart girl. That's why nothing has ever happened to me. Also because I was traumatized as a child. So now I'm like, what's going on? But why do I make my YouTube videos, and why am I talking about this? Because being sexy, if you study Tantra and you really study where your essence comes from and your energies, it comes from inside. And I want people to feel sexy inside. And I want people to dismantle these things that have made them feel unsafe and made them feel uncomfortable. So this is my spiel today, spiel for you guys today. So for some of you that don't want to pay for courses, you don't have to. It literally says optional, but you're helping me to give you value, and I enjoy doing that. I genuinely enjoy doing that. And the other thing is, like, if you think about this perspective of you're either working for yourself or somebody else, our country was based on entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurs should do things they're passionate about. I'm very passionate about what I'm doing. So YouTube, like, I never wanted to be a YouTuber. I just like to talk and share my perspective, and it's my perspective. So if you don't resonate with it, it's totally fine. I respect you. I'm not a vicious person. I'm not going to be mean to you or call you out, but I also just don't give a fuck, because there are other things and I'm not saying that to be rude. It's just like, there are other things that I have focus on, and I'm not an insecure person that's like, oh, what is this person thinking about me? I don't think like that anymore, because I'm an empowered woman. So it's all a holistic thing. This whole video is me rambling, but it's a very holistic process of, when you know who you are as a divine being who has a body that's beautiful, you're confident in your body, so you can wear whatever you want. And then you dismantle the things that where people have objectified you. And that allows you, because you know who you are, it allows you to stop caring about other things that don't empower you. So this is why I make videos, because I want people to be empowered. And this is why I'm working towards getting the subscription and all this different stuff, because I can help people who don't feel confident. I can help people who don't feel, great, which is why I'm doing this Valentine's Day for you guys, because one message I got from a guy was like, hey, I'm alone. I'd love to talk to someone about their dating perspective and talk to a woman, because some guys just don't know how to approach women. But if I'm exchanging value, I need you to, like, if I could do a lot of things in this life, you have to pay me for that, because all the other content I'm giving you guys is free. So I'm making this clear now, because I'm an empowered woman, and I know what I need to do for myself. So anyways, you pay for coaches, we pay for doctors, we pay for people to work for us at a pharmacy, we pay for all these people to help us out. And if someone is helping you out, then you should pay them. But I'm also saying, like, if what I'm saying to you doesn't resonate with you, just watch the videos for free. That's totally fine. I don't mind. But I'm trying to get people to be empowered, and I have to live as well. So why not create a business where you're charging people and all that stuff? And then there's so much free content. So that's all I want to say to you guys. Blessings for anybody. Know that I'm not a judgmental person. It's just that this is my truth. And the more I've gotten to meditation, the more I've empowered myself. I feel very confident in my body, in my mind, and just in who I am. And I want people to have that. So please continue to watch my content, because if it resonates with you, that's great. But if it doesn't, like, there's so many people, because maybe what I have doesn't resonate with you, and that's fine. There's so many things that I don't like, that don't resonate with me, that other people have, but I still support them in their essence, but I don't have to be watching all their content or even paying for some of their stuff. Like, even some of my friends, I don't pay for half their shit, because I don't care, like, about what they have. But if there's something that I have that they like, that's great. But the price for the coaching sessions is based on, I always base prices on this. I do polls with many people and ask, what's the prices that you would ask for different things? And I always take the medium value based on what people have told me. So based on what people have told me, based on what the internet says, like, I don't just have these extreme values, because it's like, I know what it's like to not have money to pay for shit. That's why if you don't have money, like, just comment and write me and be like, can you put more on a video, and I'll do as much as I can. But one-on-one coaching and having private sessions, it's more of a time for you to get to know me personally, because I can give more of myself, because it's my job. So that's all I want to say to you guys. And this is why I'm going to make this free webinar about money, because when I understood that our country and most places are based on money, and you should do stuff that you know and that you're good at, then you can make money. Every business has been made from somebody knowing how to do something. So anyways, this is just me reinventing, and I don't know what I'm going to call this video yet, but I'm going to figure it out, and I'll let you all know. But I want you to know I'm a real person. I'm a sexy woman, but I'm also a real person. I'm going to keep it real, because there's all this fake shit going around with people not knowing themselves and people not being confident. And that's not who I am. I used to be like that. So you're always going to hear the real side of me. But it always comes from a place of compassion, because I really understand why people feel insecure, why there's patriarchal values, why there's this, why there's that, because I also have a social work background. So in my training, I was trained to think about the holistic approach, and it's also my personality where I lead from a place of empathy and compassion, because I'm not higher than anybody else. But if you do oppress somebody, I'm going to talk to you about it. So that's just my truth.